What's going on, guys? It is the Phantom Michael, and I'm bringing you a brand new Phantom 5 episode today. On today's episode, you guys, we're going to be talking about my top 5 favorite bug-type Pokemon. Now, I know a lot of people have mixed emotions about bug-type Pokemon, but honestly, they're one of my favorite types ever. So, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, number 5. Number 5 is easily Butterfree. Alright, you guys, so as you know, I did watch a lot of the Kanto regions anime as a child, and when Ash caught his Catch-a-Pie, I was in love. Now, working all the way up to a Butterfree, whenever Ash was about to trade him onto the SSN, I was shocked and I was sad. Gladly he got him back though, and just having Butterfree through so many battles throughout the Kanto region, I was so excited. But then when Butterfree fell in love, met the pink Butterfree, I have no idea why that Butterfree is pink, but he fell in love and left Ash. And if you guys have not seen Pokemon I Choose You, it kind of recreates that scene from the original anime, and it is still good. And Butterfree is just one of those Pokemon that I will always have a nostalgic love for, just because he was so big in the anime. And when I played through Pokemon Red for the first time, I caught me a Caterpie and used Butterfree, until I realized Butterfree's base stats aren't very good, so I boxed him. But anyway, alright, let's move on to number 4. Number 4 goes to Heracross. Now, I have a lot of love for Heracross. I never caught one in Gen 2, but I did catch one in Gen 4 with the Honey Tree. And I have been a fan of Heracross ever since. And then when X and Y came out and I found out Heracross had a Mega Evolution, I was taken aback. I was excited. I thought Mega Heracross was awesome. I have used him in competitive, and I love him very much. But he's so low on the list just because I don't have a full-on, memory of him, I guess you could say. It was just, I scooped him up at the very end of Sinnoh. I scooped him up, it was like the last Honey Tree before you get, like, the Mine Badge. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. No, it wasn't the Mine Badge. It was the that Steel type badge, the guy that has the Steelix. Anyway, that's where I found my Heracross, and I used him from that moment on. So not a full-on, relationship, but it was starting. So yeah, that is why Heracross has made number 4. All right, let's go over my number 3 pick. Number 3 belongs to none other than Shedinja. Okay. Hear me out. All right, let me just tell you the story. Okay, I got an Nincada. Yeah, I got a Nincada in Gen 3. I was like, oh, cool, this is interesting. I had my Mudkip, I had a Shroomish, I had a Tailo, I found a Nincada. I was like, why not try the weird, different bug Pokemon other than a Wurmple? Because I knew Wurmple wasn't going to be cool. So anyway, I picked up Nincada, and I had 2 more spaces open in my box, and when Nincada evolved into a Ninjask, I noticed that I had an additional Pokemon in my party, and I was like, what the heck is this? And it was Shedinja. And I was like, what does this mean? I was taken aback. I found out later from a friend that is what happens when it evolves. It gives you an additional Pokemon. So I immediately boxed Ninjask because I didn't think it was as cool as a Ghost Bug type. So I threw Shedinja onto my squad, found out that he could never be hit unless it was by a Rock or Fire type Pokemon, and I rocked out with that Pokemon. That is definitely why Shedinja, just the surprise that I had seeing the additional Pokemon in my box, as well as using him for my first ever playthrough of Ruby. Yeah, that is why Shedinja makes it to number 3 on this list. Number 2 goes to none other than Shuckle. Because you don't with Shuckle, okay? No, Gen 2, you found the guy that gives you a free Shuckle called Shucky. Scooped one up, used him for the whole game. He is a defensive house. When Gen 4 remake came around and we got Heart Gold Soul Silver, I got another Shucky, same one, and I rocked out with him again. Stealth rocks on him, Constriction, I do Constriction, Stealth Rocks, Constrict, Rest, and Toxic. And dude, you cannot go wrong. Excuse me. But yeah, Shuckle is one of those Pokemon that you just rock out with no problem. And I love using him competitively. Actually, if you guys check out my little banner for Phantom Michael, Shuckle's on there, and I love it so much. Alright, let's go to number 1. Number 1 for me is none other than Sizzle. Okay. Sizzle for me, whenever I ran into a Scyther in Kanto, I was like, this is the coolest bug ever. So I caught it, had one on my team. Didn't keep him too long because he didn't have a lot of like power. I just thought he just looked sick, right? But then when Gen 2 came out and I found out he could evolve, I got me a Sizzle, and it was freaking beautiful. Sinnoh came out, I hunted down a Metal Coat, evolved me a Scyther, had another Sizzle, and I rocked out. Every single playthrough, like I have done the little, like you put your favorite Pokemon in your team of 6 and then you go through the game again with like your favorite Pokemon. I always throw me a Scyther with a Metal Coat in there with a Sizzle, so I turn him a level 1 Sizzle, and I rock out. Sizzle is absolutely my all-time favorite bug type Pokemon. Don't even get me started on his Mega, because I have an OU team that reuses a Mega Sizzle and it is off the chain. You have got to try out Mega Sizzle in OU. I love him so much. He is great. That is definitely why Sizzle is number 1 on my list. Alright, you guys, if you guys enjoyed this episode of the Phantom 5's top 5 favorite bug type Pokemon, please leave a like, comment down below letting me know what your favorite bug type Pokemon is. And with that, I've been the Phantom Michael. I'm going to get the heck out of here. I'll see you guys in the next one.